Welcome back, tennis fans from around the world. We have massive, confirmed updates coming straight from the sun-drenched, palm tree-lined courts of the California desert, where the stage is officially set for the 2026 BNP Paribas Open at Indian Wells. Often called the fifth Grand Slam of the tennis calendar, this prestigious tournament is known for its drama, history, and unforgettable moments, and this year's storyline is already shaping up to be cinematic. The draws are locked in, and the tennis world is buzzing with anticipation, especially after the confirmation of a blockbuster first-round matchup in the women's doubles draw. The fast-rising Filipino star Alexandra Eala is teaming up once again with American teenage sensation Eala Jovik, forming one of the most exciting young partnerships on the WTA Tour. However, they've drawn a dangerous and explosive wildcard pair. Latvian powerhouse and former Grand Slam singles champion Jelena Ostapenko alongside hard-hitting American crowd favorite Hailey Baptiste. This is far more than just a routine opening round doubles match. It's a true clash of generations and contrasting playing styles, and a serious test for one of the tour's most talked about young duos. The magnitude of the BNP Paribas Open makes this showdown even more compelling. Held at the iconic Indian Wells Tennis Garden, the slow, gritty hard courts demand not only physical endurance but also mental toughness, tactical precision, and seamless teamwork qualities that are absolutely critical in doubles, where razor-thin margins and split-second reflex volleys can completely shift the momentum of a set. For Alexandra Eala, this tournament marks another major milestone in what has already been a historic 2026 season. She arrives in California riding a wave of momentum, holding a career-high ranking in the low 30s after impressive victories over top-tier opponents during the Middle East swing. And she's not arriving quietly. The so-called Eala effect is in full force, with reports of passionate fans flocking to see her compete, adding even more electricity to an already thrilling atmosphere in the desert. Practice sessions on the outer courts have turned into full-blown fan events, with crowds chanting her name as she walks from the players' lawn to the lounge. Alexandra Eala is the undeniable fan favorite, carrying the hopes of an entire nation and drawing unprecedented global attention to this doubles campaign. But the road to glory at the 2026 BNP Paribas Open is never easy. Eala and Eala Jovik have been thrown straight into the fire against a wild-card duo packed with explosive power. Jelena Ostapenko, the former French Open champion, needs no introduction. She is one of the most ferocious ball strikers on the WTA Tour, thriving on chaos, aggression, and fearless baseline dominance. When she's locked in, she can blast through any surface, even the slow courts of Indian Wells, bringing a wild, high-risk brilliance to doubles that is incredibly hard to contain. Alongside her stands Hailey Baptiste, a rising American talent armed with a huge serve, sharp net instincts, and the added boost of home crowd energy. Together, they form a dangerous pairing capable of shaking up the entire draw. So how did we arrive at this electrifying first-round clash? Why is the tennis world so captivated by this matchup? To understand its magnitude, we have to rewind and examine the journeys that brought these four players to this moment in the California desert. We have to revisit Eala and Jovik's impressive trial run in New Zealand, where they showcased undeniable on-court chemistry, and break down Eala's resilient performances in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, where she saved match points, overturned huge deficits, and demonstrated veteran-level mental toughness despite her young age. All of it has built toward this high-stakes collision, one that already feels far bigger than a typical opening round doubles match. Jelena Ostapenko's unpredictability combined with Hailey Baptiste's home court advantage adds yet another layer of intrigue to this confirmed showdown. We're breaking down every angle of this matchup, from tactical X-factors and surface dynamics to ranking implications and the daunting road ahead. The winners will likely face the fourth-seeded powerhouse duo of Elise Mertens and Zhang Shuai in the next round, making this opening clash even more significant. Whether you're a fan of Alexandra Eala, American tennis, or simply high-stakes, strategy-heavy doubles action, this is a battle you can't ignore. It has all the ingredients of an instant classic, hungry young stars aiming to cement their arrival on the biggest stage against proven, heavy-hitting veterans determined to use their wild-card opportunity to make a deep run. The desert air is heating up, practice courts are packed with fans, and the stage is set for a Friday night showdown that could send shockwaves across the tennis world. To truly understand the weight of this encounter at the 2026 BNP Paribas Open, we have to examine the rapid rise of Alexandra Eala and Eala Jovik as a doubles force, starting with Eala herself. At just 20 years old, she has transformed from a highly regarded junior into a legitimate contender on the WTA Tour, soaring into the low 30s in the rankings and commanding respect inside the locker room. Her Middle Eastern swing was nothing short of remarkable. In Abu Dhabi, she delivered one of the season's most dramatic comebacks against Alexandra Sasnovich, rallying from a set down and a 4-0 deficit in the final set, saving match point, and prevailing in a grueling third-set tiebreak after nearly 3 hours. It was the kind of resilience that defines careers. She followed that performance with a powerful quarter-final run at the Dubai Tennis Championships, where she ultimately fell to world number 4 Coco Gauff, further proving she belongs among the elite. These performances showcased a clear evolution in Eala's game. She is no longer relying solely on athleticism. She is constructing points with intelligence and composure. Her baseline game is electric, built on deep, heavy ground strokes that push opponents well behind the line. More crucially for this doubles campaign, her return of serve has become a major weapon. On the slow, hard courts of Indian Wells, returns are everything. Free points are scarce, and success depends on neutralizing the server, extending rallies, and allowing teamwork and positioning to dictate play. Eala's ability to absorb pace and redirect shots with depth will be vital as she and Jovik look to counter the raw power coming from the opposite side of the net. The heavy serves of Yelena Ostapenko and Eala Baptiste will be a major test, but the so-called Eala effect cannot be overlooked. The crowd support Alexandra Eala is receiving at the 2026 BNP Paribas Open has been staggering, with tournament organizers noting how fans are swarming her practice sessions and chanting her name. In doubles, where momentum can swing wildly and energy can dip in an instant, that kind of passionate backing can be a powerful equalizer, fueling adrenaline during tight tiebreaks and decisive points. Eala, however, is not stepping into this battle alone. She has reunited with 18-year-old American sensation Eala Jovik, forming a partnership built on proven success and impressive tactical chemistry. Their breakthrough moment came in January at the ASB Classic in Auckland, where they didn't just compete, they dismantled seasoned teams with sharp communication and seamless court coverage that typically takes years to develop. Their run to the semifinals, before falling in a tight contest to the experienced Chinese duo Su Yifan and Yang Zhaoxian, signaled the arrival of a serious young tandem on the doubles scene. What makes Jovik such a natural complement to Eala is the balance in their styles. Jovik brings an aggressive, classic American hardcourt identity armed with a lively serve, quick hands, and a sharp instinct for net positioning. While Eala can grind from the baseline and fire penetrating passing shots, Jovik thrives at the net, constantly looking to poach, intercept, and finish points decisively. On the gritty, high-bouncing courts of Indian Wells, this dynamic will be pushed to its limits. The slower surface neutralizes flat power but rewards heavy topspin, patience, and smart construction. Eala and Jovik must use kick serves to stretch Ostapenko and Baptiste wide, creating uncomfortable return positions and allowing Jovik to clean up at the net. Their crisp communication, so evident in Auckland, will need to be airtight against opponents of this caliber, and on the other side of the net stands one of the most dangerous wild-card pairings in the draw. Ostapenko and Baptiste are unpredictable, explosive, and capable of overwhelming any team on their day. When you hear the name Ostapenko, one word immediately stands out: firepower. The former French Open champion stunned the world in Paris with fearless, all-out aggression, blasting winners from every corner of the court. That same high-risk, high-reward style makes her both thrilling and terrifying in doubles, where a short burst of brilliance can completely flip a match in a matter of minutes. Yelena Ostapenko embodies hyper-aggressive, first-strike tennis. She doesn't defend in the traditional sense. Her version of defense is simply hitting the ball harder than her opponent. She targets the lines relentlessly, takes massive cuts at returns, and brings an intimidating, chaotic energy to the court. In doubles, that skill set becomes a true double-edged sword. On one hand, she can completely seize control of a match. If Alexandra Eala or Eala Jovik leave a second serve even slightly short, Ostapenko will step inside the baseline and rip a return winner down the line or straight through the middle without hesitation. She also has sharp hands at the net when she moves forward, and her sheer presence pressures opponents into aiming for smaller margins, often forcing errors. However, her ultra-aggressive style carries inherent risk. Ostapenko can run hot and cold if her timing is even slightly off. Errors can pile up quickly. On the slow, gritty courts of Indian Wells, where the ball sits up a fraction longer, flat power hitters sometimes struggle to find their rhythm, sending shots long or into the net as the surface grips the ball. Eala and Jovik will likely try to exploit this by feeding her heavy, looping balls particularly to the backhand, forcing her to generate her own pace from uncomfortable contact points instead of redirecting the flat pace she thrives on. Alongside Ostapenko stands the dynamic American Hailey Baptiste, entering the event as a motivated wild card eager to shine in front of a home crowd. Baptiste provides the perfect counterbalance to Ostapenko's raw aggression. She brings a versatile game built around a heavy, effective serve and exceptional touch at the net. Her ability to carve drop volleys and sharp angles can expose defensive gaps, and she's proven her mettle recently with a strong run in Abu Dhabi, highlighted by an emotional victory over Emma Navarro en route to the quarterfinals. She is confident, battle-tested, and comfortable performing on big stages. When you combine Ostapenko's explosive baseline firepower with Baptiste's serving strength and net instincts, you get a highly dangerous pairing. Their likely strategy will revolve around Baptiste setting up points with strong service games, allowing Ostapenko to dictate from the baseline, or Ostapenko hammering aggressive returns that create easy put-away opportunities at the net. As a wildcard team, they carry no pressure of defending ranking points or living up to a seeded billing, making them especially dangerous early in the tournament. So when they step onto the court Friday night, it won't just be power versus precision, it will be a high-level tactical chess match waiting to unfold. First and foremost, this match will likely be decided by the return game. In modern WTA doubles, serving matters, but the team that returns better almost always controls the outcome. Alexandra Eala has developed into an elite returner this season. She holds her ground confidently, reads serves well, and consistently drives returns deep through the middle to neutralize angles. She will need to anchor her team by putting a high percentage of first serve returns back in play, especially to limit Hailey Baptiste's opportunities to intercept at the net. On the other side, Eala and Eala Jovik must be extremely cautious when serving to Jelena Ostapenko. The Latvian will look to dictate from the very first strike. Jovik, in particular, will need to mix her placements, serving into the body, kicking wide, and occasionally sliding one down the tee, never giving Ostapenko the same look twice. Against a player that aggressive, predictability is costly. The second key battle lies at the net. Jovik and Baptiste serve as the primary net enforcers for their respective teams. Whoever establishes dominance early through sharp poaches and by disrupting cross-court exchanges will gain a major psychological edge. Jovik must stay active, using fake poaches and constant movement to force hesitation from Ostapenko and Baptiste. Meanwhile, Baptiste's soft hands make her dangerous on floating balls and quick exchanges. Executing well-timed lobs over the aggressive net player, whether over Jovik or Baptiste, could shift momentum dramatically, forcing uncomfortable defensive scrambles from the baseline partner. Then there is the unmistakable Indian Wells factor at the 2026 BNP Paribas Open. The desert air is dry and thin, allowing the ball to travel quickly through the air. Yet the Plexipif courts, layered with grit and sand, are among the slowest hard courts on tour. The result is a fascinating contrast. The ball flies fast initially but grips and kicks high off the bounce. These conditions reward heavy topspin and patience. Eala, who naturally generates significant topspin on her forehand, could thrive by pushing Ostapenko back and dictating the geometry of points. Ostapenko, who prefers flatter, linear strikes, may find the higher bounce slightly disruptive to her timing. Add in swirling desert winds and intense sunlight affecting tosses and lobs, and adaptability becomes critical. Mentally, the stakes are enormous. For Eala and Jovik, a win would be more than just progression, it would be a statement. They already proved their chemistry at a WTA 250 in Auckland, but delivering at a WTA 1000 against a former Grand Slam champion would solidify them as a serious long-term doubles threat. The likely reward? A second-round showdown with fourth seeds Elise Mertens and Zhang Shuai in elite pairing featuring a multiple-time Grand Slam champion in Mertens and a seasoned veteran with impeccable touch in Zhang. But looking ahead would be a mistake. Every ounce of focus must remain on Friday's opening round. Ultimately, this contest is a brilliant study in contrasts. The calculated, spin-heavy baseline precision of Alexandra Eala paired with Eala Jovik's energetic net aggression against the flat, explosive firepower of Jelena Ostapenko and the versatile, home crowd-fueled skill set of Hailey Baptiste. It promises to be loud, intense, and filled with dramatic momentum swings. Will the energy surrounding Eala carry the young duo through the storm, or will the wildcard veterans overwhelm them with raw power? One thing is certain: when they step onto that desert court, the tennis world will be watching. This promises to be an unforgettable first-round clash at the 2026 BNP Paribas Open. We've broken down the remarkable rise of Alexandra Eala, the impressive chemistry she shares with Eala Jovik, the explosive firepower of Jelena Ostapenko, and the serious threat posed by hometown favorite Hailey Baptiste. We've analyzed the slow, gritty conditions of Indian Wells, the tactical battles at the net, and the enormous stakes surrounding this Friday night showdown in the California desert. Now the breakdown is complete, the predictions are on the table, and it's up to the players to let their rackets do the talking. But before the first serve is tossed, the conversation shifts to you, the true heartbeat of the tennis community. How do you see this match unfolding? Will the momentum behind Eala and the roar of the crowd carry her and Jovik past the experience gap? Can Jovik's aggressive net play neutralize the flat, fearless hitting coming from the Latvian star? Or will Ostapenko's Grand Slam winning power, combined with Baptiste's touch and home court confidence, prove too much for the young duo? Share your score predictions, call the key service breaks, and let the debate begin. That if you enjoyed this in-depth analysis and appreciate the tactical detail and passion for the sport, make sure to like the video and subscribe for continued coverage of the 2026 BNP Paribas Open. The season is heating up, the drama is building, and we'll be here every step of the way. Let me know if you'd like a follow-up breakdown analyzing the key stats and turning points once the match concludes. Until then, stay passionate and enjoy the incredible tennis action from Indian Wells.